Today? Oh man, we getting better every day. We can continue coming out here, continue to stack days. Working on the things we feel like we need to work on. Sure.
What do you feel like you're better at? How do you feel like you're different from your rookie year to now?
I feel like my first year was just like learning curve. Building off that. But it's still opportunity to work on my game all around. There's always room for improvement.
Did you make a conscious effort in the offseason to come in and be able to use your body? I see you, bullying the defensive backs a little bit more using your frame and stature.
Yeah. I'm just using my body. Using my God-given abilities. To go out here playing football. Been doing this my entire life. The game kind of slowing down, but I'm still working on my game. Sure.
When you kind of look at going into this year after spending the offseason with Davis, where have you noticed your chemistry improve and what's the area you're still working?
In the offseason, we all, build the chemistry, with the wideouts and the running backs, tight ends, just building the timing, getting the timing down right. So we come out here on Sundays, and shine, so that's why we're here and doing camp, continue to stack days, working on things we feel like we need to work on.
Brandon took you guys out to Oregon. What are some of your main memories from that trip together?
We just getting better, working on chemistry, working on timing, feel like, just feeling like we're working on things we need to work on, so we come out here and shine.
You guys
Sure.
had some time together, Mike, and stuff. What you guys talk about?
We went there to have fun, just nothing working on our game, get away from the building for a little bit, so we come down to camp, get down here is go mode, so that's what we did, now it's on go time now.
Anything you learned about them that you didn't know before? About your teammates?
About who?
Learn anything about your teammates you didn't know before?
Oh, nah. You just continue to build bond with each other, continue to enjoy each other's company. And when it's time to step on the field, it's time to work with each other.
Nico, you mentioned talking about stacking days together. Yesterday seemed like one of your better days. You stayed after, did some practices and drills. And today you seem like you got a little bit more confident with catching that. Are you yourself stacking it? Where are you seeing growing in year two?
I'm just continue to stack my days. You got to count every opportunity you get because, everybody don't get this opportunity. So every time you step on this field, you got to thank God every day. You got to come out here. You got a great job. You got to love it. Sure.
What do you like so far about
Just get everybody opportunity to make plays on the ball. Everybody get a chance to make plays when the ball coming your way. It's time to make a play. Sure.
Nico, what have you noticed going up against guys like you and Steve?
Oh, iron sharp iron. They here for a reason. We getting each other better every day. So on Sundays, it can be easy. We out here working on each other. Asking questions. What you see or what you feel. So we just come out here working every day.
Have you
Sure.
noticed that maturity aspect in Derek so far as a young player?
I'm not, really on the defensive end, but you see he getting more comfortable. It's slowing down for him. He out here making plays for sure. He gonna be a big impact on this team for sure. We're gonna need him.
So you take it personal when you drop passes. I seen you going up against Steve Nelson.
Yeah.
You dropped the pass and you came back and talking to yourself saying,
Yeah.
I should have caught that.
Yeah. 'Cause, he can catch that ball 100 times. It's one of those balls like, come on now, you get that. But there's a play over with. Next play now. Can't down one on that. That play can't bring you down. The next play, the game's still going for sure. So you say how you gonna make up after that.
So Davis and his personality coming out a little more. One day he must have another license.
The swag with him. He's just getting comfortable, man. We got his back 100% of the way. He quarterback. We got his back. We trust in him. He trusts us. And so that's what it's all about. Sure.
Last one, B. Scott.
Well, so Lovey, you mentioned yesterday that really wanted you or viewed you as having an opportunity to be a compliment to Brandon Cooks. How do you view this opportunity for you personally and kind of be able to take that step and be able to do
Yeah, man. I appreciate all the vets in our room, man. Him, Chris Conley, Philip Brissett, man, Coach Ben. Everybody. Guys have been in the league for a minute. They know what to expect. As a young guy, that's what you want to look up to. Guys like that. They feel like they helped us out 100% of the way every step. Every young guy that got here. So I feel like they always pushing us to get better. We always picking their brains, man. And I appreciate them a lot for sure.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Appreciate y'all, man.
how they expect you to be on pass rush. You got to move on there. I mean, how comfortable have you been feeling in this camp defense?
Feeling pretty good. Kind of just working to kind of get our win right now. It's really hot out here, but I think this is great for us to kind of push through these kind of elements. We kind of really can build the character of our defense and the way we kind of want to play this year. We want to play fast, physical. Lovey tells us every day to pretty much show out, and I think for the most part we're doing that. But you got to really battle through the elements. I got a great job of going against LT. He's probably one of the best left tackles in our business, if not the best. So it's great for myself and everybody in my room to kind of get some great quality reps against him. Titus, both of those guys are having some fantastic camps, and it's only going to just make us better as a team, especially on the defensive side of the ball. It's going to make us a whole lot better.
How would you describe those battles that you mentioned? The tussle, and obviously on the other side, dealing with Howard. They got really two good tackles. How would you describe those battles so far a few days in the past?
Man, intense. We haven't really been holding anything back. The guy said once the pads come on to show out, and I think everybody in our room kind of took that personal, and I think everybody in the offensive line room took it as well. We don't want to repeat the season that we had last year, and so I think with everybody understanding that in order for us to win up front in the trenches, we got to dominate. We got to come out here for 18 weeks and prove who we are. Even on the bye week, we got to take care of ourselves, rest up, stay in the film room, and I think we got a great group of guys who are understanding how to work and what it takes to actually win in this league.
Jerry, we kind of know right now you've been playing about the music choice out here, so what's the ideal playlist for you?
I think today, man, I heard a little bit of everything. We started off with some hard rock to kind of get that 907 period going, and we need that. That's just straight smash mouth football. Who wants it best? And I think for us up front, that's how we kind of want to set the tempo, start the day, start any game. It's coming off in the trenches, firing off the ball, and that's what we like. Whoever was the DJ today, he's got to keep that up because we need it.
So right music's the right tone, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. This is football. We ain't playing basketball.
What kind of interactions have you had with the other guys in the booth?
Just a lot of Q&A on what it takes to kind of play in this league, how to set guys up mentally, what to do off the field as far as taking care of your body. They're always in my ear asking me what am I doing. I'm sharing every little bit of secrets that I have. Anything that I can kind of employ on them to get them to play one step faster, to get them to recover better, because it's going to take all of us. If we want to win games, we got to be able to be available. And that's something that Lovey talks about, and certainly we got to understand that.
You're
good, bro.
For jumping in there. You're talking about the importance of every rep against first team. How did you kind of learn that? And what have you learned about just how vital that is, and a long way away from the first game, how vital all of these reps we've seen already?
Yeah, I came into the league, I got the luxury of learning behind Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis, guys like Reggie Wayne, Peyton Manning, and you really got to see how vets practice. We're talking about guys who pretty much were going to be Hall of Famers. They already had their gold jacket solidified, but they came out and they worked day in and day out, whether it was on the practice field, in the meetings, even through a walkthrough. It was just attention to just the minute details that really sets you apart from being a winning team and a playoff team. And I think here we want to be a playoff team, and a lot of guys are understanding that it takes every little bit of detail that our coaches give to us. We got to come out here, put it on the practice field, and just keep stacking better days. And it's just great to see a lot of young guys asking those questions, wanting to figure out what they can do to change their game and take it to that next level. And that's what we need. We need everybody on all phases, special teams, offense, and certainly on our side of the ball.
And part of the reason we're brought in too, I mean, you and Mario and Jock too, what of those things have y'all applied so far? What the Buffalo things are here training camp?
Working hard. It's going to be hot, but that's going to be to our advantage. Guys got to come here. They got to play in this heat. They're going to be worried about that. Come fourth quarter, we got to be moving about as fast as we're moving in the first quarter. So I think guys understand that. That's why you see a lot of sweat equity right now. We're putting in that work because in order for us to be great, we got to win at home.
Y'all trying to improve in the run game as well, or stopping the run.
Yeah.
In practices like this, when you can't really take a guy to the ground, how are y'all able to gauge, especially you as a veteran, how are you able to gauge whether y'all are actually improving in that area and stopping the run?
It's just how we come off the ball up front, how we're employing, using our hands, using our technique, taking on those double teams, making sure guys aren't getting knocked off the ball, and at the same time challenging our offense. For every play, whoever's out there, you got to give it your all, and that's what we're trying to do, is just make each other better and just sharpen up our game. Oh man, he's a very versatile player. There's not too many positions he can't play. He's playing all 4 positions on our line, but that's just the kind of guy he is, and that's what we really expect from him, just to kind of raise hell wherever we kind of put him, and he's been doing it.
Can his size help him do things other guys can't do?
Absolutely, man. When you're built to be that tall, that big, and that fast, he can rush inside, he can rush outside, he can get his hands up, bat down passes. So, just everything that he kind of brings to the table is all pluses for us. We just got to figure out how often we can get him out there on the field and then just let him loose. Yeah, man, he's one of these B1 energy patches, man. I got these little energy boys I'm putting on. Got one here, I got one on my leg. It's all sweated down. It's hot out here, so we're trying to use every little bit we can to kind of help just keep boosting our bodies, keeping us fresh. B1 energy? Oh, man, it's just a natural homeopathic that just helps keeping you fast, recovery. That's why I'm able to run around on this field. Absolutely, man. Yeah.
We feel like he's playing faster, and that's really just processing information as you drop back, as opposed to, just saying, okay, what happened pre-snap is the determining factor in where we start. That's not the case at all. You got to be able to make post-snap reads, and we're continually working on that. But that's something that I feel like he's improving at.
Nick mentioned consistency is one of the big things you get to pay attention to with the quarterbacks. Well, it feels like Davis doesn't have a lot of bad plays. It feels like he kind of keeps building on all the good stuff day to day here.
Big part of his job, big part of our quarterback's job is to manage bad plays. And that's going to happen throughout, the course of the game. And, we feel like if we're not turning the ball over, we just give ourselves another opportunity to score the ball.
I think there's a tough balance in a young quarterback doing that. You want him to make plays, but you don't want him to trust them.
Well, we want to trust the system. The plays are going to be made organically. Just make them on schedule. I think the biggest challenge in the National Football League is protecting the quarterback. But it's part of his job to just stay on schedule and get the ball out on time.
Coach, what have you seen out of this run game so far? What are some of the intangibles that you were looking for improvements in order to rebound?
Well, it's good to have the pads on. It's good to have the pads on, and I think a big part of ultimately becoming the running team that we want to become is just really straining and playing through the echo of the whistle. And so the first week of pads has been great for us, and we're just going to continue to work.
Piggyback off of that, Coach, can you give
Say it again?
piggyback off of that, can you talk a little bit more about what you've seen from Dameon Pierce?
Dameon Pierce has a chance to be an explosive playmaker for us. But first and foremost, good running backs in this league have to be able to play without the ball. And so that transition from college football to the NFL, I think the largest curve is just understanding NFL protections, and he'll continue to work on that throughout training camp.
That first answer you gave about Davis, I think in the offseason you said one of the areas for improvement was to understand what defenses are trying to do. How are you kind of working with him on that, and how are you seeing it?
Well, it happens every day in practice when we face our defense. We face a formidable defense, and they do a good job of showing different looks, disguising different looks, and it's really a challenge for the quarterback, all quarterbacks in this league, to be able to really discern what the coverage is post-snap.
Talk to a couple of your guys on offense about just some of the changes from last year, this year in the offense. Justin Britt was pretty quiet about some of the differences, but everybody seems really excited that we're running your offense, that you're in charge of the offense and this offensive staff. What does it mean to you? The guys are really excited to have that change, to have something new, and really buying in on it.
Well, it's our offense, and as we've said from the beginning, It's about our ability to put our playmakers in a position to make plays. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's our job to score at least one more point than the opponent, and but ultimately you score points by getting the ball to the right guys, and we have the right guys.
Now, when you kind of look at a guy like Benjamin Green, he's slowly starting to mature and outwork his first few reps. Where do you see his biggest growth, and where's Mary's still being seen?
I think the growth is just from being able to process large volumes of information. I think our system is advantage-based, and so there will be times where the play call in the huddle is not the play call that'll be executed at the line of scrimmage, and he's worked his tail off in the classroom, and now he's just reacclimating or getting acclimated to the speed and power of the play in the National Football League.
Based on what you've seen the Davis Mills go out camp last year, how confident are you that he can become that franchise guy that the Texans are looking for?
I think confidence is overrated. I think he's going to develop more competence as we go on, and that comes with reps. You can't teach experience, and our biggest challenge is to just get first down, score the ball, and not turn the ball over.
Can you talk about
Is there a big change in Davis so far? What is that you see most of him?
Well, he's getting more reps, and so as a result of just getting more reps, there's an opportunity for him to really find a little more comfort in some of the things that we're doing, which ultimately translates to him playing faster. But you won't know until we're playing tackle football if all these things are going to truly come to fruition.
How has your system evolved over the last handful of years since you were last offensive coordinator of the Colts to now? Talk about the excitement in your mind as you see things, as you see your offense playing out. How has it evolved?
Well, I think if you look at the makeup of our staff, we have a depth of experience, but a diverse group of coaches with regards to our backgrounds. Having the opportunity to have gone back and coached college football as well as the time that I spent in the XFL, just it gave us a good outlook, a different outlook on different ways to really stress the opponent. So we'll see when it gets to game day.
Last two, Aaron and Sarge.
Philosophy you want in the style of offense? What's the goal? Obviously, score points, but what do you hope for?
To score points and shorten the games and score a lot of points and shorten the game.
Last one, Sarge.
Coach, can you talk about the days that the tight end, Reverend Jordan and Sparrow Brown have stacked?
Yeah, I think when you look at that group, it's a tremendous challenge for them to have to now block the formidable defensive ends in this league, and then go out and win matchups in the passing game against really good cover safeties and linebackers. And so we feel good about our group. We feel like they're working really hard, and we're trending in the right direction with that group.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
it's fine, just a personal day. He'll be right back in a few days.
Frank, when you look at guys such as MJ Stewart and Isaac Neal who are trying to find their way on the roster, how fun is that all the time?
Yep, you guys see it every year. New additions to rosters, even if they're veterans. Those guys, obviously, as they join the group, they're willing to do dirty work, and that's kicking game, that's fourth down. They've done a good job so far at that.
Do you like having those guys who not only thrive on special teams, but also
Make a complete football team. You want people believing in that right there. Absolutely, good question.
Can you talk about Braylon Arnold and Chad Beebe, how they're going to fit into the special teams?
Yep, love the guys that have maybe a height disadvantage. Okay, I come from that world. Got to play a little bit lower, a little twitchier. Those guys are doing a good job so far. Putting their head down, doing whatever's asked, returning footballs, getting extra work. Feel good about where BB and Graylin are so far. Yes. Yeah, wouldn't say it comes out of nowhere from the special teams. I've had my eye on that guy for a while. Definitely an exciting player. Hoping everything I can do to get him better, and in a good situation, he'd be contributing for the Texans special teams.
What's one of the biggest goals as far as building on what you did last year to get better this year, specifically in the special teams?
Yeah, so, when you're talking 16, 17 games, obviously there's going to be games that come out like, call it a wash or neutral in the special teams where, you didn't allow any big returns, didn't get any big returns, a lot of touchbacks, things like that, core execution. We want to take that next step where, on a regular basis have opportunities to impact, and when those opportunities arise, capitalize on them a few more times. So when you're playing the course of a long 17-game season, those things will matter, and those small margins, that's the game within the game. Sometimes unnoticed. Well, we all see what those playoffs and those later games in last year's NFL came down to, those critical core situations where those impacts ended up being the difference in the end.
So with that in mind, what do you think about the stable of return guys you have that maybe help improve that area?
Yeah, that's an open competition. Excited to see who grabs that by the time we get towards week one. And, ball security is the name of the game. Impact afterwards. Let's see who can do it. Say it one more time. Yep, great. So obviously, phenomenal athlete his whole life. Refined. Yeah, we got to get it to that point where efficiency, catching it right, getting vertical, those types of things that you see the great ones have done. Start to train those mechanics, those habits for a young man, and we'll see how high his ceiling can go. Yeah, that's we'll let you know in a few weeks. Like it. Go ahead. Yep, done a great job of taking the playbook, trying to apply what I'm asking him to do, the calls we're making. But on top of that, guy can run. So hopefully he's using all of our fundamentals and techniques and then playing with that explosive traits that's in his body when it's time to go out there and make the plays.
What level of explosiveness does the player have to do, extremely to do when you're bouncing out of health and seeing how good does he have to be for you to consider the risks?
It's a great question. Yeah, the load management on those guys, we all know, right? The faster twitch or the more movements you use, those high yards, we got to back those down at times to make sure we prepare those guys for the full load when it comes to a fourth-quarter game, and, of course, over the duration of the season. So when you're talking about guys that are twitchy, explosive, just overall explosive athletes, right, you got to make sure that they're rested to those quick, short bursts whenever it may come up. So that's a full combination of sports science, that department, and working the training room and things like that, and then measuring how much we can use them in practice as we progress and build towards week one.
Right, when you kind of look at a guy like Tremont Smith, veterans, you talk about the consistency and the leadership. Having someone who already knows the scenery and what to do with each one guy, does that kind of set the tone for other guys running around?
That's right, man. The higher we can raise the entire room, smarter football IQs for the entire room, higher urgency for the entire room, things like that. That's going to start with the veterans. At some point, it'll be nice, and it happens, for what I believe is a good special teams unit. It happens at some point where I just turn it over. Hey, guys, go play ball. You're the ones doing it. And those guys, it's on their ownership. We get to a point like that, it's going to have ourselves to have a good chance. Last one. Good.
You talk about players wanting to play on special teams. You have a player like this that was drafted so high and his athleticism. What does it mean for him to want to play special teams?
Yep, a lot of you guys know where I come from. Got a lot of heart. Going to come play special teams. We're going to find out. It's not my job to see the whole picture. They let me and they require me to have nice tunnel vision on the kicking game. So when you're playing for me, my goal is to have guys and create an atmosphere where there's a lot of want to, and hopefully that environment is created. The better off the better we're going to be when guys are wanting and fighting for those reps. Oh no, hey, I'm getting this one. Shaking the next guy, okay, and jumping in line. If we can get that right there, that's culture for the special teams game. That's good. Good to see everybody.